Hi, and a very warm welcome to day 6 of our Laid-Back Yin Yoga with Somatics challenge. My name is Gaia, and I put together this challenge to combine Yin Yoga with Somatics because they just work so well together in regulating our nervous system, releasing stress, tension, trauma, anxiety from our bodies. It just provides such a beautiful practice. Now, if you have just stumbled across this video, that is perfectly fine. You can just do this class. However, if you would like to do the entire 7-day challenge, I will link it down below and also somewhere up here so that you can join from the very start. Today, we will begin with some very simple hip circles. You can come into Sukhasana, your easy seat, and just choose one direction to move in first, just really circling through your hips. Nice and slow, maybe exhaling as you go back, inhaling as you come forward. Moving with your own breath in your own rhythm. And we're just going to reverse the direction of the circles. You can also close your eyes here and really feel the movement happening in your body. And when you're ready, bring the movement to a pause, return to center. Just take a breath here. And we're going to move into deer pose. So bring your legs at a 90-degree angle. You have 90 angles at the ankles, the knee, also at the hip. If this is too much, you can always bring the front leg in and it's going to assist you a bit in the pose. If you can do 90 angles, that is just perfect. Make sure that both feet are flexed, and then we're just going to walk our hands back at a diagonal, and we'll feel that this hip is actually lowering down towards the mat. This is what we want because it actually creates internal rotation, and that is super nice for our hips because we don't get that movement very often. So just lean back on your hands. Make sure that you're not collapsing too much in your back or in your shoulders. Try to keep some length here. And you can walk your hands as much back as it feels good to you. Again, we are working with our bodies always and not against them. So just see what your body wants. Listen and you will hear the cues of what works for you and what doesn't in this moment in time. We'll just hang out here for around a minute or so, breathing nice and deep. Take one more breath here in this pose. And then just slowly walk your arms back in. Bring your legs forward and we're going to switch sides. So now the other leg comes in the front. Again, making 90 angles here. And once you find the perfect pose, Just walk your arms back, lowering that hip down to the ground, keeping some length in your spine. Take one more breath here in your deer pose. And then just walk your arms in. Extend your legs long. And we're going to do a really fun somatic move next. Bring your arms down to your mat, or more beside your mat, really, for support. Keep your feet around hip distance apart. And you're going to lift one sit bone and walk it forward. And then do the same with the other. So we are literally walking forward using our hands to help with balance. And coming all the way forward until our knees are pretty bent. And then walking back. I really love this movement. It's super funny, if you ask me. It always makes me laugh, but it's actually so good for our hips. Once your legs are extended, we're going to move forward again. So really lifting and placing our sit bones as if we were walking on them forward. And back. Now just make note of your back here. If you perhaps started to round, just try to straighten a bit more, and let's do one more pass forward and back. This really releases the hips quite a bit. It's really amazing. All right, perfect. So when you're ready, come back to your seat with your legs extended. We're just going to fold forward into a caterpillar. Now, if in this position you notice that your low back is really rounding, just roll the edge of your mat. You can roll it as thick as you need. And then if you sit on the edge, so on the edge that is closer to you, it's going to naturally tilt your pelvis a bit forward, which will make it easier to fold. Now we won't be really actively stretching, but I do like to enter caterpillar with a straight back and then allowing myself to naturally curve, because I just find that it works better with my body. So first, sit nice and straight, hinge at the hip, and then allow yourself to passively round. Just go wherever your body wants to take you today. Doesn't have to be super deep. Just try to relax your back, your neck, your head. You can also turn the palms so that they are facing the ceiling so that you aren't actively pushing forward. And I'll just be here for around a minute or so.
Let's take 3 more deep breaths in our caterpillar here. And with the help of your hands, just roll yourself back up.
You can absolutely take a moment here. And then bring your feet into a diamond shape so the feet touch, the knees are apart, kind of like a butterfly, just longer. And we're going to do one more thing for our hips. We're going to lift the sit bones again, but this time we'll be staying in place. So not moving, just lifting the right, lifting the left, lifting the right, lifting the left. I'm holding myself by the shins because I find that this is pretty damn pleasant for me. But you can also hold yourself maybe behind the thighs if that works better. I just want you to keep a long back here, keep your shoulders relaxed, and we're just kind of teeter-tottering side to side. Just enjoy this movement. You're leaning with the whole body as you're going right, left, right, left. And let's do 2 more on each side. And when you're ready, you can come to a pause. Extend your legs long, maybe shake them out a little bit. I'm going to do one more pose before we enter Shavasana, and that is our half butterfly. So a little bit more of folding, some more getting into our hips. So come into your half butterfly. Again, if this is too much for your low back, and if you notice too much rounding, you can again just roll the edge of your mat, sit on that edge, and then it will allow you to fold better. But if this is fine, if you can sit like this, that's perfect. Also, it doesn't matter how far out you put your foot. Just go with your own range, go with where your body wants to take you. We're going to lengthen on the inhale. Now we're going to turn and fold over our extended leg on the exhale. Again, just going wherever your body wants to take you. Not forcing anything here. Breathing nice and deep. If you notice that your breathing is shallower, that just means you might have gone a bit too far into the pose. So just back up a tiny bit. You can really support yourself on your fingertips here. And that is great. Just try to relax your upper body regardless of where you are right now. Take one more breath here. And then gently roll yourself up to sitting. We're just going to switch sides here, extending the other leg long, taking a moment here to settle in this pose, lengthening our spine on the inhale, and on the exhale, we twist and fold down.
Make sure that you're sitting on both sitting bones here in this pose. And you also might notice some differences between the two sides. I know that for me, for instance, this one is much more tense. So I'm not forcing anything here. I'm just breathing nice and deep, working with my body. And we'll stay here again for around a minute, just enjoying this beautiful stretch and beautiful fold. Let's take one more deep breath in our half butterfly. And then slowly roll yourself back up.
Again, you can take a moment here and then just make your way into Shavasana in whichever way suits you best. Extending the legs long, letting the feet flop. Let your arms come down by your sides with the palms facing up. Make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears, that you have some length in the back of your neck. And then just settle here, enjoy and integrate this practice. Just being with yourself in silence and stillness. Begin to consciously deepen your breath, returning your awareness back into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. You can take a nice deep stretch if that feels good to you here. And then just roll onto your side first. Before using your arms to press yourself back up into a seat. Come into Sukhasana, your easy seat on the mat. And bring your palms together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. And again, we are closing our practice by finding 3 things that you can be proud of today. 3 things that you can celebrate or appreciate or just feel gratitude for. So, what are those 3 things? It can be anything from the external world, your internal world, big or small, it doesn't matter. Just connect with what comes up for you, what maybe brings a smile to your face, or makes you feel really good about yourself, or just creates a deep sense of appreciation. I'm going to give you a few moments in silence to connect with your 3 winners today. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I do hope that I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you.